Happy New Year, Feliz Año, and welcome to Scoutadelic.
Hi, I'm Mike, and welcome to Scoutadelic. Don't forget to subscribe for free right now, and to spice up your scouting program, visit activities.scoutadelic.com. Now, this is 4 a.m. now. It's our 17th time zone, and I feel I'm crossing the water, and I need to go somewhere where I'm near a Caribbean sea. So, who are you, and where are you from?
Hello, my name is Jorge. I'm from Venezuela. So Venezuela is on the top of South America, very close to the Caribbean Sea. Although the funny part is that I'm actually from the mountains, so I'm nowhere near the sea. I'm from the mountain range. It's called the Andes.
Okay.
Actually starts where I'm from, and it goes all the way to South America and Chile and Argentina.
Wow.
So I'm actually from the mountains, unfortunately, not getting your wish of the Caribbean Sea
Right, I'm
perfectly
off.
right.
Okay, goodbye. See you later. I'll find someone else. So, even though you are not near the sea, that's fine. I'll let you off. But I'm in my kitchen yet again. Hopefully, it's not a fail this time. So, what are you going to teach me?
So today we're going to be making arepas. Arepas
Okay.
is one of the meals. It's probably the one meal that every single Venezuelan will be eating.
Okay.
Proper Venezuelans, not me, will likely be eating this at least once a day.
Wow.
Because
Okay.
my family's mixed from Brazil and Germany. I guess that's why I sometimes joke I'm not as Venezuelan as proper Venezuelans.
Yeah.
But what we're going to be making is arepa, is a round patty-like corn
Okay.
meal bread.
Wow. Okay.
It's made with cornmeal, but this cornmeal is pre-cooked cornmeal, and it's the
Right. Okay.
actual brand that we use in Venezuela. Fun fact about it.
Hey!
Fun fact about this is
Yeah.
because of all the political issues in Venezuela, the company actually left the country and is now manufactured in Colombia. So you cannot find Venezuelan pan, but this is a proper one we use in Venezuela. It's
Really?
just
Oh,
made in
wow.
Colombia now.
Okay. I think most things are not made in the countries that you actually get them from, so that's fine.
So there's that. But you can find it in the UK. It's also gluten-free, which is actually quite cool.
Oh, nice.
And it goes very low. So I've done this at the fire station the other day, and it was five firefighters.
Yeah.
And these one bag fed 5 of them. One bag.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So what do we need? So we've got obviously our flour.
We'll be using the cornmeal. We'll be using some water.
Okay.
Salt and sugar, and that's what we're going to use for the dough. We'll talk a bit about the variations that we can do, because we're just going to do the basic one. In fact, you've got the standard white one. This one is just a bit yellow.
Oh, right. Okay.
Same thing, it's just a bit color yellow.
Right.
And this one is a bit sweeter because they make it same with corn, but it just be less processed for some reason, and it's just a different style. So there's lots of varieties of them, but they make the same dish. It's just slightly different flavors. For when we're cooking it, we're going to use a bit of oil, a flat pan, and some sort of tool to turn them around. And once we're finished, then we'll talk about the stuffing and what we put in there. We'll probably do that whilst they're cooking.
So what's the first thing that we need to do then?
So the first thing will be, again, do you know that controversial thing of what's the cakes that you put clotted cream and jam?
Oh, now this is where I will actually stop this and go if you get this wrong. But yes, I know about scones, yeah.
The thing is, some people will say it's cream and jam, other people will say it's jam and cream.
Yeah.
And it depends who you are, you'll say one or the other one, but
no. The correct one is jam and cream. That's all I'm saying.
There you go. So I didn't know that was it. Here in Venezuela, a lot of people say you put the flour first and then the water. Some people then put the water on first. I've always found that the water is first. It makes them easier. But
okay. I like how you're like, yeah, our jam and scone thing is water or flour first.
Oh, exactly. So yes, if we grab a bowl.
Okay.
And most of the things that we do in Venezuela are all by eye. So I start with a little bit of water, and this type of dough, if it's too dry, then you add a bit more water. If it's too wet, then you add a bit more flour. So it's quite fluid. And personally, I like to start with warm water because it makes the dough absorb that moisture, so rehydrates the dough a bit faster.
So how much am I putting in? What?
So I've done about half a cup there, and then because yours, I don't know how hot it is. Just make sure you can make sure you can put your hand in there because we're using our hands to mix it.
Yeah, maybe not. I might put a bit cold. Okay. Yes. Ish.
Once that's ready, maybe a bit more. A bit more.
A bit more. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to put more cold than warm then.
Yeah. If you look at mine, then slightly a bit more in there. Fantastic. So then just do a sprinkle of salt, just to taste.
Okay.
And we can check this once the dough is ready because the flour is already pre-cooked, so we don't have to worry about eating raw dough.
Oh, wow. Okay. Right. So a bit of salt.
Tiny bit of sugar.
Okay. Oh, a tiny bit. Like what? Like a teaspoon or a tablespoon?
Yeah, just a sprinkle. It's just a little bit in there. And that is something that, again, a lot of people will do, but most people just do a tiny bit of salt, and that's it.
Okay. Well,
just a tiny little bit.
There we go. Sprinkle.
And then once that's mixed, then you can use a whisk, but traditionally just use your fingers, and then you start mixing that up, and then start adding the flour in.
Right. Okay.
And all we're doing is trying to avoid crumbs. We don't want lumps of flour, so just add a little bit at a time, and mix it. Don't worry about using tablespoon. Just pull a little bit in there. And just go little bit by little bit.
Are you turning me into a Venezuelan or however they are?
Attempting.
Attempting. Okay. I'm gonna eyeball it then, right? Okay,
just grab it, and then if you look at me, I've got the bag. Well, I've got a container. I'll just do a little bit, and then mix.
Wow. Oh, okay.
Just one hand stays in there.
So what are we? Is it? So we're trying to get it from obviously a water-esque based thing to something more firmer, then, yeah.
So what we're aiming for is like Play-Doh. Just at the moment, you can see it's...
yeah, mine's not.
So you want a lot more than that.
Okay, a lot more. Okay.
Potentially, you can make a ball, and it will stay like a ball.
Right, okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So now, the best way to get rid of the dough in your hands is grabbing a spoon, and with the corner of a spoon, you then try to clear up as much as you can because you don't want to waste any. Because what we're going to do is we'll leave that resting a little bit. We're going to prep where we're going to be cooking it because we want to have a hot surface.
Right, okay.
And we also want to have that plastic to shape it.
Right, okay. Mine's still a bit sticky, but I've got it into a nice little ball.
It will be sticky because your hands still have dough, but if we wash your hands and leave them slightly wet, you'll see that it won't stick to your hand. And at the moment, I've got a bowl there. You can see it's quite clean. So if we leave that on the side, wash your hands. Play around with the heat because we want something high, but not the highest setting. So mine has got 9 settings. I'm around 6 to 7. So the idea will be to make sure that that pan is quite hot to start off. But what I was trying to talk with the heat is that you'll level it out, see how it goes. If you feel they're cooking too quick, then you lower the temperature and you play around with it.
All right, okay.
But we want to get it going now because when we put those arepas in, that surface wants to be hot. And what we're going to do now is that we need our plastic. So then, again, this is another of those which way you are. Proper Venezuelan, the good ones, they will shape them on their hands and make a perfect circle, which I find that is a superpower. Unfortunately, I do not possess. So
again, I'm picking the wrong Venezuelans here.
No, well, I've got my wife; she can actually do it. So I'll show you how I do it. And to be fair, there's lots of people that do it this way as well. So it's 2 versions. So if you empty your bag and then have it ready, So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut the bottom. And then cut it along one side because we want one big piece like this.
So what got you into scouting then?
So my parents met in scouting. So my dad was a rover leader. And my mom was a Girl Guide.
Oh, wow.
And they met at a camp. And then here I am.
Wow. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness, man.
so I started in Cubs when I was 6. I did
Yeah.
Cub Scouts. I started as a rover. When I was 2 years into my rover crew, I had the opportunity to go to university in the US. So then I left Scouts in Venezuela, and then shortly after I joined Scouts in the US. But at that point, I did as a leader, and that's where I did my wood badge.
Right, I've done that.
Great. So we'll have a bit of water. We'll just splash a bit of water in there and make sure your hands are slightly a bit wet. Because we want to have a bowl about that size. But I've got that bowl. I'm going to put it in the middle of the paper.
Okay.
And then you have to have that on a flat surface. So that's where you'll have to then work around, see how you go. But I'll show you how I start. I press it down, and then one hand flat on the table, and the other hand starts doing this. And then you can see there how I slowly turn it into a circle, like a disc. That's perfect. That is perfect.
You know, I had a really good teacher.
There we go. What we're going to do now is we're going to check that pan is nice and hot.
Yes.
Good. So we're going to put a bit of oil. And once you've got a bit of that in there, you just move a little bit of oil around. And then once that's in there, you grab your arepa and then you put it in. Before you start messing around with it, you want to create a nice crust underneath. So what we're going to do now is going to check that one in there. So what you're going to do is just, if I'll show you, just on this side, you want to try to get it on the corner and just lift it a little bit so you can see underneath.
Right.
And if it comes up, it should lift off fairly easy. And what you should see is some golden marks on it.
Yes.
So that's what you're aiming for.
Do I want to flip it now?
So yes, if you can, go for it. But the fact that it didn't stick, you see the color. That's perfect. That's perfect color there. We'll have to keep cooking a little bit more, but that's actually pretty good. So you're just gonna keep moving it around because you don't want it to get too dark on one side.
Okay. So do I want to flip it again?
Flip it again and see. You want a nice, even, that very nice color on both sides.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I think that side's a bit burnt. So yeah,
that it happens, and it's very common.
Thank you.
Okay. So what we want to do now is we'll have our fillings on the side.
Yeah.
And we've got our arepa. So then if you grab a butter knife, you grab the arepa. What you're aiming to do is do a cut on the side. But you're only going to open the outside, so this edge about halfway.
Right, okay.
But on the inside, you want to do a full cut. So the knife will go inside, go around it like that, keeping an edge around the bottom, coming back out. So it will only be open at the top. So I'll show you. I'll cut it in on the inside, come back out. And what you're aiming is for that.
Okay. So
and you're just gonna go in with a knife, around it on the inside, and you try not to poke the sides. You want to try to just go on the inside. So just go gentle, and it should come out, and it should be fully open. So you end up having two skins joined by the bottom half. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Cool.
So whilst that's hot, then you grab the cheese. You want to make sure you put that cheese in there so it starts melting it.
Right, okay.
Some people put some butter right away so that it melts it nicely. And then you grab a little bit of ham. Put it inside of your arepa. And that's what you're aiming for.
There we are. Wow.
It's ready. That's ready to go.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, okay. All right.
Simple.
Okay. All right. All right. I'm eating the excess meat first.
Hey, it's got to be done.
Look, there we are. It looks perfect now.
It's perfect. That's really, really good.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Ooh.
Oh, it will be a lot more filling than a regular sandwich. So you'll find that depending on what type of people you are, you'll have normal people, and you have some that are just pigs that eat too much. You have a couple, and that'll be enough.
Really? Wow. Okay.
But it will be quite filling, so you'll stay full for a bit longer.
I'm eating away. I actually quite like this. This is amazing.
It's
and
good.
So easy to do as well. It was like, done.
And then nowadays with the diets and all of the people with difficulties eating, so the gluten-free is quite a big one because it's corn. It's corn. It doesn't have any gluten. So as long as you're not adding any flour on it or anything else that may have gluten, they are totally gluten-free.
That's ace. I really like that. I really thought that was amazing. Thank you.
There you go.
It's time for Scout Tennis. There are categories in this bucket, less than there was when I started. We'll go backwards and forwards, naming something in that category until someone repeats or someone spends longer than 5 seconds, but the other person has to count. I warn you now, my 5 seconds may not be 5 seconds. They might be a bit quicker, but that's just the time difference. That's all I'm saying. Okay, now then. Obviously, I can pick the category, but it does mean that you get to go first. So there are obviously pros and cons of this. All right, so this is our category, and it is items in a first aid kit.
Sounds good.
I have a worrying feeling because you're a fireman that you know more in a first aid kit than I know in a first aid kit. So, okay, but you get to go first. So whenever you're ready.
Good. So let's just go with plasters.
Okay. Bandages.
Tape.
Little scissors.
Big scissors.
Tweezers for pulling out those. Yeah.
Tourniquet.
What are they?
Tourniquet.
Oh, okay.
Eating?
All right. Okay. All right. Okay.
5.
Antiseptic cream.
Very good. Very good. So let's go cleaning wipes.
Oh, nice. An eye wash. Weirdly enough, I don't know why.
Very, very good. I will go with sand splint.
Okay.
It's a bit of thing to hold the person if they break their arm, just in case.
Okay. All right.
It is a thing.
Thank you. Okay. I'm trusting you. I'm trusting you.
4.
I literally don't know what's in the first aid kit.
1.
I think I don't. No, I think you've won it. Oh, a resuscitation thingy.
Very good. Very good.
You can't give me that. You can't give me that. No, but thank you anyway. I appreciate it. But I feel that 1 second was very long, and I will hold up my hands and say, I think I lost that one. Also, I feel that the Scout Association will be in 2025 telling me I need to do my first aid training again. That'll be fun. But yeah, oh my goodness me. Okay, congratulations. I hope when I saw it, I was like, I think I know, but I don't know too much. So yeah, it is what it is. But hey, well done. Congratulations. Hopefully I can beat my next co-host. So that's the end of this time zone.
And don't forget to like and share this video.
I'll see you on our next time zone. But above all,
be a little Scoutadelic.
Bye.